Welcome to a special segment called Black History Month Beyond the Books. Throughout this 4-part series, we'll be diving past the average high school textbook and hopefully teaching you history that you've never heard before. This episode, we're learning 6 new historical figures that you probably didn't go over in class. Robert Smalls. From slave to ship's pilot, sea captain, and politician, Smalls had many feats, but his greatest occurred just before dawn on May 13, 1862. Aboard a Confederate ship, while still enslaved, he made a great escape. Away he sailed with the warship, taking his crew of fellow slaves along and leaving the officers behind. He sailed along, stopped to pick up family, and made it past not 1, not 2, but 4 Confederate checkpoints along the way. Upon reaching the North, he announced his arrival with a salute toward Union soldiers and declared, "I am delivering this war material, including these cannons, and I think Uncle Abraham Lincoln could put them to good use. Beat that, Captain Hook." Bessie Coleman. This woman was the first female African-American aviator, but before she was a stunt-flying parachuting pilot, she was by every flying school in the United States. But instead of giving up, she taught herself French and moved across the ocean to earn her license all alone in Europe. Can you say determined? Guess they call her Brave Bess for a reason. Bayard Rustin. Everyone knows MLK, but what about the man often pictured at his side? That's Bayard Rustin, a crucial part of the Civil Rights Movement as Dr. King's primary advisor and executive organizer of the March on Washington. He fought the battle for equality in every sector, racial, political, economic, LGBT, while being not only black, but a gay man in America. No matter where oppression came from, though, he never stopped using his voice.
I want no human being to die or to be brutalized.
Shirley Chisolm. Being the first black congresswoman wasn't enough for number 4 on this list. She also became the first major party African-American candidate to make a bid for the U.S. presidency. She survived 3 assassination attempts throughout her campaign and had to take legal action to ensure she was aired on televised debates. Though she didn't make the nomination, Shirley's story isn't any less empowering.
A Catholic for Change has to be able to withstand the insults, the humiliations, the abuses, and the slurs. What's wrong with my running for president of this country? After all, for 15 years, I have been the ghostwriter for a lot of them.
Angela Davis. While fierce is normally used to describe models on the runway, I think Angela Davis also fits the description quite well. A counterculture activist, opposed by many, but that didn't mean she was going to keep her mouth shut.
There is a conspiracy in the land. It's a conspiracy to wipe out the black community as a whole.
Through prison trials and threats, she advocated for gender equality, prison reform, and unity among all. And she hasn't sat down quite yet. Angela still uses her voice to spread knowledge and speak up for minorities across the world.
We represent the powerful forces of change that are determined to prevent the dying cultures of racism, heteropatriarchy from rising again.
Kathy Williams. Mulan is a story we all know and love, but how many know of Kathy Williams, the first African-American woman to enlist in the U.S. Army, and the only one known to do so posing as a man? Did I mention she was born in Independence, Missouri? During the Civil War, Williams was forced to serve in military support roles for the Union, but cooking and sewing wasn't enough for this soldier. She enlisted under the alias William Kathy and served until a bout of smallpox and frequent hospitalization gave her away. Her post-military life was a quiet and a forgotten one, but we see you, Kathy. Thank you for your service. That wraps up our list, but there's still more to learn. These 6 people have incredible stories that I'd highly recommend further researching. The knowledge and their inspiration are both powerful. Tune in next week for the 3rd episode. Signing off for Wildcat TV, I'm Dasia Walters.